Perfect.
Landscape. Perfect. Good evening, Cubes Up the Cash. Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy, and welcome to the cursed Halloween show of the 10-1-1. The first guest went out with an injury. The second guest had technical problems, and now we're going to try to get through it. Joining me in the co-host seat tonight, we have Mark Andrews. How you doing tonight, Mark?
Excellent.
We have Steve, the voice White. Steve, how you doing, sir?
Good evening, comic fan.
And we have Mr. Chuck Hensey. Chuck, how you doing tonight, sir?
Doing great. Good to see everyone.
And, of course, our man of the hour, we have Milt, Flowers Comics. Milt, how you doing tonight, bud?
I got home late and my computer wouldn't work, so I'm on my phone and we'll just try to wing it.
We'll be fine. It'll be a fun. It looks like a
better
true
now?
shot live Steadicam. Perfect. You look great.
Because you were
okay.
fucking shine at me there, Milt, earlier today.
What's that, sir?
It's because you were giving me a hard time earlier today.
Yeah, you got the Canadian curse on you, Milt. He threw the
this 10-1-1 is being brought to you by Coca-Cola Zero.
And Tim Hortons and Starbucks. Tim Hortons coffee tonight, too.
Look at that. We got advertisers now.
Oh, and Pellegrino. All right, so Milt, like we did last time, anyone that's going to catch you new, who are you? Tell us a little bit about yourself. We'll say hi to the audience, and then we'll come back for your first book, sir.
Milt, my Instagram account is Flowers Comics. I also have a YouTube channel, which there's some videos out there that I haven't put one up in quite a while, but that's Milt's Comics Mansion, if anybody wants to go check it out. I was on here before one time with Gary, and I did a 10-1-1, which consisted entirely of raw books. And this show, I decided just to have all slabs, except for one or two books. And all the books that are slabbed here are books that were either given to me by friends of brothers of friends of mine, or I picked them up at a couple different spinner racks when I was growing up.
Ooh,
so
intriguing.
So that's what I have right now.
All right, well, let's go to the audience. We'll say a quick hello, and then we'll come back to you for your first book. First in, as always, James Las Cruces. How you doing tonight, James? Nice to see you, sir. Jerry the Jitterbug, one of my all-time favorites. How you doing, Jerry? We have Hulk Collector. Kevin, how you doing tonight, sir? Steve White saying hello to everybody. The OG Blue Wrench, Tina herself. How you doing tonight, Tina? Nice to see you. We have Tony from Comiverse. Good evening, Tony. We have Mr. Matt Woods. How you doing tonight, Matt Woods? We have Anachronic Comics, who's just stopping in. He's going to catch us on the rewind because he's got to go to bed early to catch an early middle of the night flight.
Ooh.
Hate those.
He pulls that excuse out all the time. No, just kidding. And we have Paul from Psychedelic Comics. How you doing, Paul? And Ronnie Boy Comics. Good morning to you, sir. And we couching and slouching with C Bizzle. How you doing tonight? Nice to see you in here, sir. And we are Mr. DVH, Dr. Von Hoots. How you doing tonight, bud? Nice to see you. And I think, Brad Wellbore. How you doing tonight, Brad? Adding to the Canadian curse that's hit Milt.
Treb's in there too.
Those damn Canadians.
Trev, the shipping guru. Good evening, Trev. Nice to see you, sir. And are we caught up? We just might be for the mall. Jean Malot. How you doing, sir? All right. And that is, we are caught up in the chat for now. Thank you all for joining us. We're going to take it back to Milt. And Milt, what do you got for the first book to lead us into the show, buddy?
Okay. Well, what I have done is similar to what Mark did quite a while back. I basically have like I have 10 books, comics that I like. And I took a couple different, you'll see what I mean as I go here. Like my first one up here, I have Stan Lee books. I collect Stan Lee books, be it special books that he did, or the Fometa book, or the Marvel Age books with Stan on the cover, that kind of stuff. But there are 2 Raw books I have. One, Pretty Nerdy, or Nerdy, what's her name? Nerdy Girl.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this on a Her Whatnot show quite a while back, maybe within the past year, though. And I just thought it was cool, so I picked it up. And it's a Stan Lee
that's cool.
Whatnot exclusive that she did. And I think it's pretty nice.
Never seen that one. That's nice.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's different. You know, and it has,
All the characters. It's a bunch
I
of
don't know who the artist. Oh, it's by a guy named Kyle Willis.
Nice.
And
Never heard of him either.
that makes 2 of us.
He did a fine job, though.
I thought so. Okay, and then my favorite artwork that was done by Dustin Riggan. He advertises on IG. You may see him occasionally. And he did this for me, and I really liked it.
Wow, what a beautiful portrait sketch.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's-
it was on
That's the sketch. It looks like a photograph.
Yeah, and I like how he did it on the Amazing Spider-Man book as well.
Yeah.
Right.
So I thought that's one of my favorite ones.
I mean,
of mine.
Stan on Spider-Man or FF, you can't go wrong.
Exactly. And I got 3 Spider-Man slabs, and the last one is my favorite. I got, first off, I always like this monsters. Can you guys see this? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
yeah.
can.
Okay, it's the Monsters Unleashed that's signed by Stan as well. And I always liked this cover. I thought it was pretty nice.
That is a cool cover.
Which monster is on the cover there? Does it say?
Well, I saw Fing Fang Foom on there.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I don't know who the hell that is. I like how they have the ants down here on his arm and stuff, though.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of little things when you look at it.
What year?
But-
What year is that from, Milt?
Oh, that's like 2 years ago, 3, no, 2017. It's a pretty recent book.
Gotta say, yeah, because that run of Monsters Unleashed, it was like 5 or 6 issues. It didn't come out that long ago.
No.
Yeah.
Right. And this is from 2015, and it is the Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows. And the reason I will always like this and never get rid of this is it's signed by Stan Lee and his wife.
Oh, wow.
Very nice.
Now
And
that's
that's such
unique.
a beautiful cover, too.
Yeah, I thought it goes good with him and his wife and Renew Your Vows and stuff. I just thought it was pretty good.
Wonder how many books there are in existence that has his wife's signature on it.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
That's unusual.
That might be a one of Milt, or like a,
I don't know.
like a
I
one
never
of
looked.
under 10.
It's not for sale, so it doesn't matter. And
No, I mean, it's just cool to have his wife's signature on it with him.
yeah, and then here's my my Fantastic Four #1 with Stan Lee signature on it. It's kind of neat. Well, not. I didn't want to bring any expensive books, so
Yeah, it's only FF1.
No, so just put it FFL.
nah, you know what I mean.
It's not an
You know.
expensive
I know.
book.
We're just picking on you, buddy. It's a beautiful book.
Okay, well, I like it, and then these are not really popular or whatever, but I think they should be, and they're so cool. They're like the first Marvel reprint comics. I call them. They're the Marvel Tales books. There was only one. One came out in 1964, which was a year after most of the characters were out,
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and they reprint the stories. So it's
yeah. There's a
pretty
number
good.
of those out. There's like collected editions of Marvels. I've got a few of those myself.
Yeah, I mean it's and Marvel Tales #2 from 60, 65, yeah, which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
Well,
I like it.
they're unique covers, right? Because you don't have all of those characters on that cover other than that book. Like they're neat books. I like the Marvel Tales.
Well,
Yeah.
I was gonna say too, Mark. I just like that format where they got all the little
Yep.
boxes and $1. Like everyone bangs on that Avengers Annual 10 because they don't like the setup, and I like that Al Milgrom cover. It really
Yeah.
works for me.
Well, that's like the first 11 issues of Marvel's Collector's Items Classics.
Yes.
And they
Yeah.
did a very similar thing with the boxes. And
Well, and those Marvel Tales used to be super cheap to get your hands on because nobody
Yeah.
wanted reproduction. Even the older ones were relatively cheap for a while. So
yeah,
Word.
I don't know. I've had these for years and years. That's
Yeah, now they're like 15 to 20 a book.
well, I
most
think
not bad.
I'll tell you what, that's maybe a good spec for somebody to pick up. It's just kind of neat to have them to be able to read the comic. And
Absolutely. And they're
Yeah,
still in the old newsprint, which is wonderful.
yep. And the number 3, I of course had to have a Howard the Duck book or two because it's his 50th anniversary.
You, Milt.
So I just grabbed the
nice.
first issue.
That's a great one.
That is
Yeah, I mean it's
Nice.
it's kind of neat. And then
that
and
you
then-
should get a T-shirt, Milt, that says that.
kind of neat.
Kind of neat.
Well, and then believe it or not, I only have 2 Howard the Duck books I brought out, and the second one I just happen to think is so cool, and that is the John Tyler Christopher
Oh yeah, the action figure variant.
action figure
Oh, yeah.
variant.
Yeah.
I believe it or not, Gary, I got all those action figure variants for Conan with Red Sonja and
Oh wow.
Dalit. I don't know why, but
Some of them are really cool. So who's next to him on that cover?
on where?
On
Oh,
That
that's-
Howard the Duck cover.
That's
Yeah,
Tara,
Howard the
I'm
Duck.
pretty sure.
What's that?
Tara. That's the girl that took what's her name's place.
Yeah, I just didn't know if they had did a homage and had Kelly what's her name?
Leah Thompson.
Leah Thompson from the movie as the character. I was like, oh, I was trying to see really close.
Well, they did a cover with her on it.
Yeah.
Later on in the series, one of the covers they did with Leah Thompson on it. And she actually guest starred in the series. So
I actually I have that Leah Thompson cover where it's like she's wearing a jacket with Howard the Duck on the back, and she actually signed it for us. But
cool.
yeah, it's that's like a 1 in 50 variant, so it's kind of pretty rare actually.
Well, in the last month too, with all those 50th anniversary, Howard the Duck was on almost every Marvel series on a cover, and there were some great covers.
Yeah, every month he was on 1, sometimes 2 different books.
Yeah.
Like I think he's on Blade 1 or Blade number 4 this month. It looks kind of cool. See, I changed it there. But and then books number 4, X-Men, and I just like Polaris, so
Same.
I figured.
I always liked her better than Jean Grey, actually.
Yeah, well, actually, I love the artwork on. Who did the art on this cover? This is what am I thinking?
Rank
Yeah,
up.
these are both Steranko covers,
Yeah.
was gonna
but
say,
I really liked.
And
I
love
like
that-
how he presented the characters in this cover.
Oh, it looks fantastic, and I love that run in the '90s when she was on X Factor. It was fantastic. With
Yes,
her.
Mhm.
and then of course, if you have that, you got to have this.
of course, that one
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
with it.
Wow.
Oh, of course.
That's
Yeah,
a
I just
beautiful
like green, so that's the big
Yeah.
thing.
7.5 too. Nice. That's good grade.
Yeah. So okay, so that's 4. And now number 5.
It's like
Number
Joe's
5,
version.
I decided to go with artists that I like, and my one of my favorite artists. And Gary, I apologize for the second one here, but one of my favorite artists are Sozumoka books.
Right.
He did some great covers.
He does. I have a few of his Red Sonjas and a couple of his other characters. He did a great job on.
Yeah, here she did a Vampirella,
Nice.
a Valentine special from last year that I kind of liked a lot. And she also did this, and I know Gary's not going to like it, but it's so damn sexy. That's the problem. Gary wants it to be rough and tumble, but this Red Sonja.
I actually love that cover. I have it
There
like
you
4
go.
times over here.
You're kidding me.
No, I thought that was one of the best covers last year. I usually don't like her posing, but there was something really good about that cover. I loved it.
It's the
and
sword, right? It's all about the sword.
Yeah, I think it's the sword.
I got the trade dress and the Virgin like that too.
Yeah, the Virgin's pretty
I
cool.
think that was what the FOC variant, wasn't it?
I don't know. All I do is I just tell
It's a
Alvin,
beautiful
"Hey, it's coming out. I want it. Get it for me." And so I don't know.
Make it so, number one.
Yeah, basically. Okay, and
They
then
know who you are.
okay, and that's number 5. Number 6, I like different Catwoman covers, and this first one here, it's an 80th anniversary book. But what's cool about it is Ji-Hung Lee. Well, he signed it, but that's so what. But he did a sketch on it.
So what?
So what?
Well, no, it's kind of neat. Can you see the sketch
Oh, I
down
can see
there?
the
Oh,
sketch.
yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Cool.
So I really like the sketch.
Is
Yeah.
the bat signal part of the sketch too?
Yes, sir, it is.
Nice.
Now I got to ask you, Milt, what's your favorite era of Catwoman? Because the Jim Balent era was really popular with her too.
Let me think about that.
Okay. Because you had a bunch of Adam Hughes during a time where she was really popular. Jim
Yeah.
Balent did this spectacular run on her.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah, Darwin's run.
And then, oh shit, you know what? I forgot my Batman books. Oh well.
Oh, no.
Okay. And then here's another Catwoman. It's the Detective 1050. And what I think this is cool because Will Jack signed it and did a remark on this one as well.
Oh
Nice.
wow, front and back is beautiful. Cause what that remark is great.
Yeah, I really like this one.
Well, it fits that empty space so well.
Yeah. But so that's another Catwoman. And then but my final and my favorite Catwoman book that I have is Batman number 62.
Jeez.
Wow.
And what's cool about this one, it's from what the hell year is it here? I got it written down. 1950. But Bill Finger wrote Catwoman's origin in this book.
Okay.
So that's what's kind of cool, I think, is
Yeah.
And what that is in great shape for 1950. Look at the orange. The orange pops on that.
yeah, it's good. And then
What
Bob
grade
Kane
is
did
that?
the art.
No,
So
no, you're covering the grade-
what's that?
you're covering the grade of the book. What
Oh.
grade did you get?
It's not that good. So, but
Oh, yeah.
From
We'll never know.
1950.
We'll
I think
never
it's
know what
great.
the
We're
grade
not
of the
going to
book is.
know. He had that.
it's
in
not
the
that
chat.
good. It's
It's
not that
still
good.
one
Chat.
piece.
What's the grade
So-
of that book?
It presents.
Okay, so that's number 6. Number 7, I like cartoon books, and that's kind of goofy, maybe, but
Not at all.
That's quite the pun there, Milt.
goofy. That's good, Mark. I like that. I wasn't even thinking about that, but that's pretty damn good. But here is Terry Tunes, number 50 from back in the 1940 something. But
Nice. Mighty
it's the
Mouse.
first. It's the first Heckle and Jekyll.
Yep.
Harry too.
Very
That's
good.
what makes it really cool.
Oh, Heckle and Jekyll. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah, that's a deep cut for anyone who's under 35. So
Right. I mean,
Well-
I grew up with Heckle and Jekyll. Whenever that was always a highlight. Whenever they no Google, I'm not talking to you. Whenever whenever they came on, it was always fun.
yeah. Chaotic. How about that?
Yep.
And then along the cartoons. This was like one of my favorite cartoons growing up next to the Flintstones. I didn't slab the damn Flintstones first one, but doesn't matter. The Jetsons, number
the
one,
Jetsons.
Holy crap.
Cool.
which is kind of cool.
It is
Kinda.
cool. I was hoping you were going to show something else.
Yeah, the Jetsons. Wow.
Try not to sing
No,
the
the
song.
Jetsons are great. I love the
Sing the
Jetsons
song.
and I love the Flintstones. But Milt,
Okay.
I got to ask you, because I'm a big cartoon guy myself. I grew up with Scooby Doo. Do you have the first Scooby Doo?
Well, I got three more cartoon books to show you,
Okay, I jumped the gun.
and this is the 4-color book, which is the first appearance of Uncle Scrooge,
Nice.
which is
Yes.
kind of cool. It's not in
Kinda.
great shape, but it looks cool.
Yeah, kind of. It's just kind of cool.
It's not about
No,
the
it's-
grades.
it's
It's just
neat.
great to have something that cool.
Yeah, I like Uncle Scrooge. He's like one of my idols.
Is that,
You
is that
loosely base
because
your life on it.
is that taking care of the 3 nephews or running around in the money bin? Is that
No,
why?
it's the big vault of coins.
The big vault
Yeah.
of money. Do you have a rowboat in your vault too, Milt? You just row around?
Anyhow, your guys are these those three, and then this one. You ask about this one. It's not the greatest in grade.
Nice.
So
Sorry.
we have Scooby Doo number 1, which is pretty
Beautiful.
good.
Pretty good. Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
And it could have been better. I don't know why. In all honesty, when I look at this is actually a pretty nice book. And it only got a 5.5. And yeah,
So beautiful. It's the first Scooby Doo.
yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
That
No,
book
that'd
is
be-
borderline
would that be
recession
great?
proof.
Would that
Yeah.
have been graded, Milt, when you could get at the graders notes? Because it'd be interesting to see why they gave a 5.5.
You know what? I never look at that stuff, mainly because I don't have time to look at that stuff, and I don't want to piss myself off. Because what's it going to do? You read them, okay, you read them, okay. It's only going to make you pissed off, or
CPR, baby.
Tina's got a 5.5 also of Scooby.
Yeah.
what's that?
So there you go.
But Tina's got a 5.5 of Scooby also.
We're matching up, my dear.
There you go.
Okay, and then of course, this is my favorite cartoon book, and people may say that's stupid, but this is 4-color number 878,
Mm,
and it is actually equivalent to
Oh,
Ooh,
Yep.
Peanuts number 1,
yep.
yeah.
amazing, Milt.
which is kind of neat.
Very cool.
Milt, you're too hard on yourself. None of this stuff is stupid. These are wonderful
This is
books.
not
Milt.
stupid, Milt.
Well,
These are great
I
books.
really like these cartoon books more than almost anything. So
There's nothing wrong with that.
That,
That's
that
beautiful.
Peanuts book is just incredible. I mean, to find any of the early Peanut stuff in even their backups and like Fritzy, Ritzy, and Nancy and stuff, finding that stuff in high grade or even any grade, period.
Any grade.
well,
It's
I mean, this
fun.
isn't high grade. It's only a 4.0, but
Yeah,
it's,
but
How
it's
old
in
is
good
that
shape.
book? How old
What's
is that
that?
book? How old is that book? What year?
Christ. Let me see if I wrote it down.
It should say it
Oh,
right on
19.
the,
It's not bad. 1958.
Yeah.
Okay.
so
Yeah.
To find a book, 1958 Adele book that was read in
lot.
a lot and still find
Yeah.
it even as a 4, that's a pretty good grade for those books.
Yeah.
and
I mean,
also,
somebody enjoyed that book and read it, and some kid sat there for days reading that book, and it wasn't just shoved in a box and saved forever.
and Milt, you're showing us books from the 50s that have solid color backgrounds. Getting those
Yeah.
in any kind of even mid grade is almost impossible.
Those are awesome
Okay.
books.
Okay. Well, that's number 7, my cartoon books, and with the main one being the Peanuts number 1. I'm a big Snoopy fan. So on Instagram, actually, there's a Snoopy lovers site that I get every day. I get 1 or 2 little cartoons, and doesn't get any better. I look forward to that every day. Now, what else do I have here? Okay, so that's number 7. It's cartoon books. Number 8 is The Defenders. And basically, that's my favorite team growing up, my favorite superhero team growing up. And there's a couple of them I brought, which is the first issue of Defenders, which is kind of nice.
Mhm.
Um,
No.
but my favorite Defenders book cover, that is,
Marvel
and
feature.
and this is a John Romita cover, which it's another reason to love it. The Defenders and Avengers War back in '73, that was my favorite story arc of all time. But in that, as part of that story arc, the Hulk fought Thor,
Four.
and it was just a really cool battle, and I just loved the cover.
Well, that's such an epic cover there with
It
the
is.
picture frame,
Yep.
genre. I mean, that's just, and you got the floating heads and everything. I mean, there's not much more you can ask out of a '70s book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is classic John Romita.
Yep.
So, Milt, I got to ask you, when the Hulk and Thor fought in that first Avengers movie, what did you think when they?
I mean, outside of and where I come from, the Thor should win every time.
I just loved it because they had the motion right. The way he was using the hammer in that
Yes.
fight was amazing.
Yeah, it's well, let me just continue because I don't want to take too much
no,
of
you're
everybody's time. My final one, of course, is going to be the Marvel feature #1, which is the first official team up, an appearance of the Defenders. What's neat about this, which people don't remember, is Roy Thomas wrote the story, but this is a Neil Adams cover, which in that time frame, I don't know if he was doing too many other Marvel covers at that time.
Probably not.
So, but I like it, and I mean, granted, I say official because they were teaming up before that, like in Submariner 33, 34,
Right.
and a Hulk issue or two, and a Doctor Strange book or two. So anyhow, so that was my favorite superhero team when I was growing up, and I couldn't wait to get to I couldn't wait for my Ducks for my dad to go to Bucks and go in and get some beers, and so I could go next door and hope that the Defenders for the month was there. But that's the book I always rooted for.
It's a great book.
It's kind of kind of neat.
And Milt, did you collect that series all the way through, or did you stop it at some point? Because
No,
I know when they switched over to the new Defenders.
I collected it all the way through, and then I was thinning out the herd, so I think I kept 1 through 51 and got rid of all the other ones.
Mhm.
I either gave them away or I think I collect a lot of other things like coins and sports memorabilia and stuff. So I might have sold issues 52 through whatever and used that money to buy coins.
Nice.
So
Cool.
now, so that's number 8. Number 9 is the Justice Society of America.
Ooh.
Apologies to Joe. I could have said Justice League of America, but I always like the Society a little bit better. And then here's a neat one from Flash 123, which is the first Golden Age Flash in the Silver Age. And it's
Jay Garrick.
And a 7-0
yeah.
behind.
So it's really cool. And
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's a little cool.
Yeah.
Well, no, I just it's in really good shape and stuff. So
Yeah.
Who signed it?
Somebody signed it.
Joe Gela. He was the artist on the book.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Actually, yeah. But this basically led to this right here, which is the Justice League of America number 21, which was the
Nice.
Wow.
reintroduction of the JSA into the Silver Age, basically.
Nice.
But so this is 21 and 22 were that, and then 29 and 30 were the same things. This is when they started. 21 and 22 were in 63, and then these 29 and 30 were in 64. That's when they started, as I'm sure you've all heard from Joe, that's when they started the yearly crossovers.
Now, who's your favorite JSA character, Milt?
Dr. Fate.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of anyhow. But my favorite JSA book is now I just love, and then mainly because I love the cover, is All Star Comics
Ooh.
number 21 from 43,
Wow.
and I just love the Joe
Right.
Gallagher did this cover on this. I like the Adam laying down, and they're all concerned whether he's going to die or not. And
Yeah, that's beautiful. Oh, I've
Yeah,
never
it's just-
seen that cover.
I like having all the members there without Batman and Superman and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is one of my favorites. Let me see what else I got.
You got DVH saying in a 7.0 because that's a
I
great
know.
grade for that.
Yeah.
That is an
That's-
amazing grade.
I didn't even know what grade that was. Yeah.
That's a good grade, Milt.
Did you get that one raw, or did you buy it slabbed like that?
No, I got this one. One of my friends' brothers who went to Vietnam. This was one of his books.
And you had it slabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get rid of any of their books.
No. And you know
No.
what, Milt? The fact that it came back as a 7 just speaks volumes of how you looked after those books for those guys.
Well, I mean, they took care of them before then also. And then
Yeah.
whenever they did get them, back when they got them, they got a lot of these books back in the early 60s when they were growing up still. So, I mean, that book might have only cost like $7
Yeah.
back then. So, it'd be nice. But anyhow, and then finally, number 10, that's my favorite superhero team of all time, and that is the All Winners / the Invaders.
Oh, yeah.
And I like this Sal Buscema cover. I don't know, is it Buscema or Buscema? I could never tell.
Buscema.
Okay.
I only know that because I watched some shows with John Buscema on it when he said his own name.
Well, there you go.
So I figured he would know.
He should know.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah.
All depends on how much he was drinking at the time.
Right.
Avengers number 71.
Holy.
And
Wow.
when I saw this one, and I remember it's weird how you remember certain things, even in your age. The Avengers, this is the first invaders in the,
On the Avengers title?
Mhm.
well, no, in the Silver Age.
Oh, okay.
On the Silver Age.
Yeah, and this is a Sal Buscema cover, which I thought was really cool. But it just, man, I remember reading that book thinking, "Oh shit, those characters are so awesome." So, and now a couple years after that was 1969. And then a couple years later, whenever Marvel was doing their giant size books,
Right into the Bronze Age.
Mhm.
yeah, Stan let Roy Thomas do an original book, Giant Size Invaders, which were
1906.
stories of the World War II characters.
Wow.
And it got me going. So
And a good team shot on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
What's that?
a good
I said
that's
a
a
good
fun
team
series.
shot.
yeah,
That
well-
Invaders Giant Size is a good series.
what's interesting? Damn it! I brought the wrong goddamn book. Oh well. Excuse me about that. I didn't mean that.
You're fine.
Okay, just remember this, okay?
Okay.
The cover of this book is a homage to All Winners #4. It's amazing how much similar. They did a great job homaging it. But and then one of my other favorite characters groups was, of course, the Fantastic Four. And I love this annual number 11 from '76, whenever the Fantastic Four went back in time, and they were battling the invaders.
That's cool.
Right. And it's so cool because you got Human Torch on Human Torch.
Yeah. Well, and what's interesting is this carried over into I think Marvel 2-in-1.
Yeah.
And in Marvel 2-in-1, they had they took other characters from the 1940s and they formed them into a group called the Liberty Legion.
Yep.
And they appeared in there for a couple.
Yeah, they had them in Marvel Premiere too.
Yeah, Marvel Premiere has them.
Yeah,
they were in there also. Yeah,
yeah.
That's it's kind of neat.
Both of those issues.
Yep.
Great covers on those too.
Okay, and then I actually it got me going, and I had some already, but I continued to pick up them all here and there. So I got the entire run of All Winners, 1 through 21.
Oh wow!
And yeah, it's kind of cool. I grabbed this one because I always was attracted to this one because of the colors. I should take the damn thing out there, you know. I don't know how good these are coming across on the screen. So
they look really good. Milt.
Yeah, you've been doing a great job, Milt.
Well, this is All Winners #7 from 1943. But what's cool is how the All Winners are fighting the Japs, and
that is wild.
Wow.
It's one of those World War II books that I just love.
Yeah,
that's a full cover. There's a lot going on
there.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. That's a Schomburg for you.
Yeah,
you're getting your money's worth out of the cover alone.
Yeah.
Boy, I love that
got
cover.
his last cover too, which was an Invaders cover, right?
No, Schomburg did the Invaders annual #1.
Yes, I think that was his last cover that he did.
Oh, yes, he did. That's correct. They took him 30 years out of retirement, brought him back, gave him a shitload of money. Actually, not a shitload. They gave him like twice the rate that he would have gotten, and just to do one cover for him, and then he goes and dies like 2 years later. But yeah, that was upsetting. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, so that's 1 through 10.
Yes, sir.
Plus 30 or so.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
A couple.
I just like doing it that way. It's kind of
Joe's version.
That way's fun. Those are great books. No, everyone's enjoying seeing all these books.
Absolutely.
well, they're just books. But then now this is cool coming up here.
But that's why we're all here. We love books.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, you guys have been really nice to me and complimented me on how well I took care of my books and stuff, and that I was, I mean, you guys have been really nice that way. But
I was waiting. There's a but.
there's a but. I was not always so smart. I mean, what's the first thing people say when they see a Hulk 181? Hey, does it have that Marvel value stamp?
Right?
Yep.
Well, I'm one of those assholes that.
Clippy.
Well, I was lucky. My dad made a decent living, so whenever he was next door drinking the beers, and these stamps started coming out, I had to buy 2 of every book.
One complete, one with the stamp out, huh?
Well, one to save complete and one to cut the stamp out.
Yep.
And so that's what I did. And then, of course, that's the one I read. And after I got done reading it, I gave it away. So, but what's neat is I did send away, and I got the Marvel stamp book.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've never seen
wow.
anybody with that completed.
Is it complete, Bill?
And it is completed.
Holy moly.
Wow.
Holy crap.
So it's kind of neat.
Kind of
Okay,
neat.
Look at that Conan right there.
Yep.
Yeah, right on the
Deserves it.
first page.
Yeah.
And then
Wow.
I don't know if you guys can see that or not.
Very
That's
well.
amazing.
You can see it really good, Milt.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Thanks, you're in great shape.
Yeah, it is in great shape.
I don't know how it stayed in good shape.
I don't know anyone that's ever completed those. You're the first.
I've
That's
never
the
seen
first
one done.
completed one I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Now this could be worth a little bit of money,
Oh yeah.
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, especially if you can find all the books they came out of.
Yes, that would be. That would have been a great thing to do. I should have saved every single book. Damn.
That's right.
Now I feel really bad about giving them away.
You got to spread the joy out there. Other people got to love them too.
Yeah.
Well, I like this Dr. Doom one. The stamp's pretty cool. Then here's the last 2 pages.
Yep.
And the last stamp is number 100, Galactus.
Wow.
So I just thought that was neat to show. And
It's very neat.
and I don't know how many are out there that have the. It's not in the greatest of shape, but I could never slab this or anything.
No.
Right, because you
Because-
can't see the stamps inside. It would defeat the purpose.
Yeah. So I keep it in this little clear thing. And
Conan on the cover too, just so you know.
but
Conan was a bit bigger a deal back then, Gary.
Oh yeah, he was outselling everybody for a few years.
Yep.
so that's my big and that's my story. I lost all the books, but yeah. Like I said, I don't know. Is there a market for something like that? I wonder. But I
No,
could never
I'm sure
sell
there
it, so it
is.
doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Milt,
that?
have you
I'm
seen
sure there is, but yeah, you could
Have
put
you-
that in a nice shadow box and then just
Yeah.
take it out when you want to look at it.
Have you seen
Yeah.
the value stamp hardcover book that came out this year? It's
What's that?
There's a hardcover book that came out. It's about the Marvel value stamps, and it tells all about the story and who the artists were and what books they were in and which issues.
Oh, I got to get that.
It's a great little book. It's a great little resource.
Wow.
I have it somewhere here, but
I got to get one.
Somewhere.
Yeah. Let me know who put it out. That was out this year, you said?
yeah, you can get it on Amazon right now.
I'm going to have to look that up as soon as I get off.
You're gonna have
the
to send me the link, Mark, in the
What's
chat.
that?
And
I'll send you a link, Milt, because it was Marvel Entertainment that printed the book. Like it's a handy little book. It doesn't, and it's only like about $30.
Oh, and it would be so cool to have with the book too.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Oh shit! I got to get that. Okay, well now I have something to look for. That's good.
That Mark Andrews always costing people money. That guy's got a problem over there.
What? I spread information and joy. That's what I do.
That bastard! I'm going to go broke now. That's
No, I don't think so. No, see, Chuck's not saying anything because I don't think I've cost him any money lately.
Well, not lately, but I haven't talked to you in a few weeks. So
Got the book there, Mark?
Yep, that's it. That's the book.
Hold on, Mel. I'm going to make them big so you can see it better.
Yeah,
34 bucks on Amazon.
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
that is awesome.
That's Canadian too, so it's only about $3 US.
Yeah. So
sweet.
That I got to get one. That's pretty cool. So yeah. Oh, and then believe it or not, I actually did think for a minute or two about Spec Book.
Nice. I was just going to ask you. So
Well, now, and this may be a little bit ridiculous, and maybe not. I don't know, but the Fantastic Four, 48, 49, 50. Those are big books, right? Everyone searches for them, but they were reprinted the first time in Marvel Marvel's Greatest Comics 35, 36,
Mhm.
and 37. And since this was their first reprints of that story, it's kind of cool. But each one of them has a different cover
Mm-hmm.
Right.
than the original. So that's the big reason. I don't know if they're worth money or anything, but I don't know. I don't know how hard it is to find these. But
It's more challenging than you think. That's not one of those series that people have really saved very much, because they were useless reprints, and then more importantly there were FF reprints, which people weren't going after, like the Marvel Tales and the Spider-Man and stuff. So I would suspect they're hard to find.
And Milt, you're not the only one that does that. So some of my favorite books, like
Yep.
when Dazzler showed up in the X-Men and stuff, I went and grabbed those reprints from X-Men Classic because they had different covers, and I love the covers. And some
Yeah.
of my favorite issues that are reprints, sometimes I like the cover that's on the reprint better than I like the original cover.
Mhm.
well, I mean, in all honesty, this is FF50, right?
Right.
And this was done by Gil Kane, and it sure as hell beats the crap out of FF50 with the brown cover, and
Mhm.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
then
And
That's
a little known fact, Gil Kane was the second Conan artist. They always say it was John Buscema, but it was Gil Kane.
interesting. No, Gil Kane was good, real good. But this is number 49. Now this it's different, but I still like number 49 better than this. But this was done by Sal Buscema.
But look at that. I love the costume in back, the purple. It pops on that cover.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And the way that he breaks the picture frame.
Mm-hmm.
While
I
trying
love
to-
when it breaks the art, when it breaks the frame.
Mr. Fantastic's fist and arm there breaking the frame. Very cool.
and here's the other one. This was number 48, but this was done by his brother John Buscema. And I got to admit, they're all kind of neat. Only number 37 is the one I think is a better cover, but yeah, it's neat.
Right, and it's fun to have alternatives to look at.
Yeah, and I think, like you mentioned, that these things aren't collected really, so maybe they are more valuable. I don't know. I doubt it.
But not even that. The big thing for me is it's an economical way to read a big key that you like
Yep.
without you risking the quality of if you own the key, without you risking hurting that key.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Reader copies.
Reader copies, but also the artwork on the front is always a different take, and it's I like them for that.
Yeah,
just like you do. It's
Same.
just very cool.
So, excuse me.
Yeah.
That's all I have for everybody today.
Those are incredible, Milt.
Well, I got a stack. What's interesting is I didn't realize how many books I had that were signed by people, and I almost included in here was I have a Daredevil. What was it 180 168? The first Electra,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't want to have covers damaged, so Stan Lee and Frank Miller both signed the back of the book,
Wow.
which is kind of neat.
Well,
But
sounds like we'll have to get you on for an all signed books edition.
well,
Signature series
it's actually
1011.
what's that? No, but the signed books are really, yeah.
Now you do have a lot of those, like a lot of ones you showed tonight were signed, but like for you, this have them signed's kind of neat, but it's more about the story and what's within the book itself. Because you're every time you're talking about a book, your eyes really light up when you're talking about what the book is.
Well, that's that's the only reason to buy the book.
Right? No, but I mean, but you really see the joy then, you know?
Well, I maybe it's the joy that I recall from reading it the first time way back when.
Yeah.
I think that memory of it's really funny. I mean, you may not think about it now. 10 years from now, you're going to pick up one of those books you bought 10 years ago, and you're going to say, "Oh, I bought this 20 years ago. This was such a great freaking story." You'll light up like you wouldn't believe.
I do that every time I pick up a Bronze Age book I used to have.
See?
And when I sit down and read it, the first thing I do is, okay, I can smell it.
Breathe.
And then you open it up, and you hit those panels, and you're like, oh, there's, and I know I'm a child of my era, but there's nothing like opening up those Bronze Age books and seeing the newsprint.
Mm-hmm.
I love the newsprint, and I know like people today would probably hate newsprint that weren't around for it, but comics were never better than when they're on like if they were on newsprint today, I'd love them even more.
Yeah, well, some books.
Mhm.
Some of the books, they just piss you off. The paper's so bad.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I mean, one of the reasons I like some of the indies, and perhaps I'm influenced to think that, wow, that's a great story, is maybe because it's a really well-made comic, and the art is good, and the paper is good, and the story might suck, but I may not realize it because I'm attracted to all the other components
Right.
of the.
And Titan Comics is doing a great job of that with their not
The Conan.
only with the Conan series, but that book feels great. But
Mhm.
also with the Gun Honey series, I thought was fantastic by
Yeah.
them too.
Oh yeah,
And
Yeah.
Bunny Mask, when they put when I forgot the studio that put that out, the Aftershock, they went out, I think they folded, but the Bunny Mask for a horror series, that was fantastic.
and that was a great. AWA does a really high quality. AWA Upshot has started.
Yep.
They decreased the number of books they put out, but I think the books that they are putting out are high quality, and I mean story, art,
Yep.
everything else. I mean, I look forward to AWA books more every month than any other book.
And Milt, you really got to get in on the Shudder and Vampirus Carmilla magazines, which are great old style horror books. They're magazine format. Like I just read the newest Vampirus Carmilla tonight before we got on with this.
When did they come out, or where do you acquire those?
You can get them right from their website, or you can order them through previews, or you can order them right through your LCSs. But they
Okay, but they are in previews, you said?
oh yeah. But this is so
Take
this
time. That's like 400 pages to go through. And the only time I have time to look through a previews is when I'm watching Sunday football.
so Shudder,
Yeah.
Vampirus Carmilla. I just actually posted a video yesterday where I highlighted one of the stories.
I'll have to check that out.
And I did the whole, but they're great. It's all black and white format. And in each one, every time they print one of these, they also reprint an old story. Sometimes, like one of them had a story reprinted from 1899 in it.
Oh, see, that is so freaking cool.
And then they have like new people doing old horror stories in the old format, and it's amazing. It feels like the old eerie days.
Man,
They're amazing books.
that just sounds fantastic.
And like Vampirus Carmilla, like there's only 18 right now. The 18th book comes out tomorrow. But I just read it. I got it over there.
How often do they come out?
Like every couple months.
And they got that
And,
old style.
then they
look.
then they have they come out like quarterly, and then they have like an annual every year, which is a $10. They're $6.99, $10 for the annual book. So you're in for each one. It's like 5-6 books a year. But if you love the old school horror, they're amazing.
Who's the publisher, Gary?
Warren.
Well, oh, it is Warren. It's the new Warren.
Yeah, and I actually put a link to the Vampirus one Vampiros Carmilla in that video I made, which takes you right to the website where you can subscribe to it and get it mailed to you.
Cool.
How do they get mailed to you?
You just go to that link and you can purchase it there. You put in your information and you can.
So I mean, what condition are they?
You fold them in half.
They fold them in half.
No,
like
they I don't know because I get them from my comic shop. I'm on the poll for. They're on my poll list, but they advertise that they ship them the way they advertise that they ship them nice, bagged and boarded.
Oh, good.
Okay.
They fold them in half like the last book I sent you, Milt.
Put in an envelope.
I got you going there, Mark. You got to give me credit.
Oh, you did.
Now we're going to say what's coming up, and I know I'm on the wrong panel right now to ask guys what's coming up for them on YouTube's. But hopefully, in 2 nights' time, we got Digger Jim on for his first 10-1-1.
Oh, nice.
Oh, good.
And hopefully, I was going to ask you 3 to come back in 2 nights if you were available to co-host for Jim's show. Try to keep the gang together.
Sure.
And Milt, as far as November 2nd, that's still yours if you want it, or you have to let me know.
I'll do it if you want, but
Bring the signature books.
you want to do that? That'd be cool.
All right, we'll get you on the 3rd time. We'll keep your November 2nd. And I want to thank you for filling in tonight. You were a trooper, man. I hit you up and you were instantly ready to go for me. I really appreciate that.
Well, I'll tell you what, I almost screwed it up big time because my computer wasn't working. So I still don't know what the hell happened.
That's okay. We got you on the phone and you look great. And the books look great. Everything was fantastic.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. I don't know if I hope they looked okay. Maybe
and
I'll
we made
get
everybody wait for you, like you were Chris Evans or something. So
yeah, right.
Elvis is in the building.
Right.
I will say this: the Marvel stamp book. You guys are like the first people I've ever shown this to.
That's
Ooh.
really
So-
cool.
So this is kind of cool.
It's very awesome.
it's
I've never
beautiful.
seen one finished ever.
And you guys are the first people I've ever shown this Stan Lee picture to.
That's a
Yeah,
cool,
and that just looks like a straight up photo. What a great
that's
portrait
a beautiful
sketch it is.
sketch.
Yeah, I love it because this is Stan Lee as I remember him. This is
Now, Milt, you got to go down the YouTube hole. There's lots of young Stan Lee videos out there too, with him interviewing and guest starring on interview shows and
oh yeah.
all old black and white ones. They're fantastic if you've never watched them.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I saw, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I like cartoon books. If anybody's out there and comes across anything really interesting, feel free to get in touch with me or let me know that you want to get rid of something really cool.
You can live in Milt's archives.
Right.
He is the curator.
I got a lot of trade material. I mean, I'd be willing to part with some of this stuff, maybe.
See, right now he's talking to us from his Doomsday Shelter. Doomsday Shelter, then the regular one next to it.
Yes.
Well, it's kind of funny. I got, I'm looking over here. I got a stack. Remember the original Silver Surfer? The 18 issue series.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have like 1 through 18. I have 2 complete sets. It's kind of funny.
Wow.
So
Kind
if
of
somebody
funny.
wants a complete
Right.
set of 1 through 18, I'd be willing to get rid of one of those.
Okay.
Nah,
I got number 1. That's it.
There you go.
Oh, look, DVH. Let's look at this. He's got the Pence Howard the Duck
Uh-oh.
variants if you want them.
whoa, what was that again?
Uh-oh.
DVH. He
Oh,
says
oh.
he has some Pence variant Howard the Ducks.
I'm
Which has
always
the Pence
interested
pricing on
in
it?
acquisition. What's that?
So the English version in pence.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's got it's the Pence pricing.
It's all the English ones.
Yeah, Mark got me one. I have one so far, number 4, from 1976.
DVH, he's Flowers Comics on Instagram. You can send him some pics over there.
Yeah. Especially if the covers are different. Sometimes they are, right?
Oh yeah,
Not really. A lot of times, they're those early ones in the 70s were just different.
But the
Price
price
mark.
variants are
Oh,
cool
the same
anyway.
one. Yeah. Okay.
But I'd love to acquire some of those somehow. Tell me what you might be interested in. Doesn't matter.
And CJ says he'd trade you some stuff for those surfers. Well, CJ, you need to talk to him. Flowers Comics on IG. His link is in the description below.
You better jump on that, Steve. You're going to lose the deal.
Nah, if anybody, I was going to give some actually to
Steve,
Rob.
get the ice bath going and get that kidney out.
What's that?
I was telling Steve to get the ice bath going and get that kidney out.
Yeah.
Here, you sound like you're in China or something. No, I was going to give some of those Silver Surfers to Rob, or send them to somebody to send them to Rob for the comics curing cancer.
Right there.
Yep.
4 or 5 of those. I mean, they're not the greatest of grades. Maybe like 7, something like that. 8, 7. I don't know, something like that.
Read 'em.
Not great grades.
Not great grades. So,
And a
Well,
square
no.
mouth.
What I mean, they aren't like 9.4s that are worth like $1,000 or anything. They're just, they're a couple $100 maybe. I don't know.
And
But,
if you guys haven't watched it, Katie had a great 10 questions earlier tonight on Whack Comics. Although she apparently has a problem with my voice, so I'm gonna have to talk to her about it. Just kidding. So she had a great 10 questions. And Bobby De La Ghetto, he had named his firstborn after you for those surfers, Milt. He's 30 years old now. He's gonna change your name for you.
Give your name for it.
What about the Gary, does Stephanie still have that show on Saturday morning?
I don't know actually.
Okay. I just haven't heard in a while, and I was just wondering. And I never wake up that early on a Saturday.
Yeah, you got me. You have to ask her directly. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what she's doing with it.
Yeah.
I haven't heard from her in weeks. I have no idea.
Is she okay?
Oh, I don't know. I know nothing.
Okay.
Hopefully she's just living life and doing well over there. But I don't know what her plans are for the show, Milt.
Okay. I just, that's way too early in the morning for me. I mean, Friday night's one of those few nights that I get to sleep in on Saturday.
Right? Yeah, that's right. There's nothing wrong with sleeping in, Milt.
No, not on a Saturday morning.
I've been under the weather of late, and it's been like today again. That's like last night, and then today. I'm getting over this flu, and I've had these pounding headaches every day for the past couple of days.
Yikes.
Yeah, pain in the butt.
My kid got me. He was back in school. I was sick all last week, and I just got over it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe something's going around.
But Gary, you powered through even when you were dying.
Yep.
Oh yeah, last Tuesday that was rough for me. Thursday was a little better. Last Tuesday was a rough show.
You probably got a headache, Milt, from all the dust and stuff from those old books that you've just dusted off to bring out to feed us with.
No, I own a restoration company, and I'm in some pretty nasty spaces the last couple of days.
That'll do it, man. Your lungs can only take so much, and then they need a cleansing.
Yeah, my cleansing is my Coca-Cola Zero.
There you go.
The 10-1 brought to you
Highly
by
recommended.
I want to thank the audience. We had a great audience show up to support you, Milt, and support the guys. Follow all 4 of these fine people on Instagram. I have all their links in the description below. And Milt, thank you for coming on again, dude. It was great. Those books were fantastic. They were so much fun to look at.
That was so cool.
Well,
Very cool.
Thank you kindly. I appreciate that.
And as we like to end all these things, guys, we're going to give you a good goodbye, and we're going to say keep it casual and